Hello, today we're looking at the Cybercommander made by PolicyBuff, and this is actually a very small product. It measures about 2 inches by 3.25 inches. It attaches onto your camera hotshoe and has a little flexible, you have to manually force it to get that right angle, which is a nice touch. In addition, it comes with a 2 gig micro USB card. Micro SD card, not micro USB. And you can install different lighting setups with the Cybercommander. In addition, it comes with a 2.5mm sync port and a light meter tube to actually measure and trigger your strobes. This product runs on 2 AAA batteries, which are readily available to most photographers, and lasts for about 3 hours. So this is the Cybercommander. So there are 3 major menu functions with the Cybercommander, which I will show you right now. There we go. And in these 3 main menus, I'll just show you right now. So your first main menu controls up to 16 different lights, which I'm cycling through right now. You have 16 different channels. In addition, you can trigger all your channels, and on top of that, you can trigger up to 8 different groups, which any number of light combinations you can see right here, GRP groups 6, and you can basically match up many different strobes. You can have 3 or 16 on each different group. So this is really nice that you can have that versatility. Anyway, in the menu you can see that your ISO is displayed on top, your shutter speed, which is incorrectly stated because I was messing around with that earlier, your f-stop, which the light is being metered, so if I wanted a meter, I just click here on the right joystick, click, and it will meter right on top. Obviously, since there's no trigger or strobe connected, it couldn't really meter anything. That being said, what else? The menu features are right down here, so you can actually see what you're doing. So if you wanted to adjust power, you just go up and down, and it tells you the f-stops and the European metering system for elinchrom users. So it's very flexible in that sense. In addition, your second menu shows your modeling light feature, so you can either turn each individual strobes up or down, based on the settings of your light. So if your light is 150 watt seconds, you can change it up or lower it down or turn it off here. In addition, you have your third menu, and this is the core of where you set up your Cybercommander. So you can save your light setups here. You can also open memory, like open studio lighting setups, and this is where you change your lighting setups here. And because you have a 2 gigabyte micro SD card, you can fit a whole bunch of lighting patterns in here. I currently don't have any, but I do plan on getting some once I get some Einsteins. Anyway, the next one is assigning groups. Assigning groups, this is where you can choose up to 16 different lights, and you can group that into one light category or another light category, and you change that right here with your group settings. And you have 8 of them, so you can cycle through them and assign your lights accordingly. Again, the information on the bottom is pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so the flash meter side, this is where you set up your sync speed, and most studio photographers leave ISO at 100 because you're shooting at a studio and you want the maximum image quality. In addition, you can calibrate your light meter up here, and so say if you're using a sekonic meter and it's metering a little bit higher than the Cybercommander is, then you can adjust it here, and your Cybercommander can effectively match the sekonic's light metering, dollar for dollar, or not dollar for dollar. I'm just saying that you can adjust the metering. Anyway, the light settings, this is where you choose to adjust the settings of your lights. So you can have, sorry, what am I doing? Alright. So let me get into the modeling mode, and you can have a full tracking, adjustable setting, or a track mode where your light adjusts based on the light output. In addition, you can scroll to power to leave them on or into standby so you can wake them up. In addition, you can get into the recycling indicator so you can set the audio or the modeling light to flash. And lastly, or there's two more, you can choose the slave cell, the optical slave cell, to turn on and off. And the color mode. This is where you set a constant color so that if you're adjusting lights, most colors will stay the same, only if you're using the Einstein. And you can switch it into action mode here to get the maximum frames per second. Anyway, the next part is names. This is where you assign different labels to each light, so that's pretty self-explanatory. You cycle through each light and assign names. Let's get back out. Spec lights. This is where you choose exactly what kind of light is attached to each channel. So in my case, since I am only using one, I'm going to set it to other. It's a non-CBuff light, and it's just a mono light. So again, the Cybercommander cannot trigger or adjust other non-pulse CBuff strobes, so it won't show the indicator or the light output here. And that's fine because I plan on upgrading to Einsteins in the future. Anyway, the frequency chooses the channels of what you want to shoot with the Cybercommander. So if you have another person shooting with the Cybercommander, you can access their frequency just by cycling through the 16 different channels on the 2.4 gigahertz network. So that's also pretty nice. And the advanced configuration. So this is where you can adjust the Cybercommander setup, the brightness of the LCD, when it turns it off, and so forth. So anyway, I hope this helps you to see what the Cybercommander looks like. Again, the manual is very informative, and the Cybercommander itself is actually a pretty technical and complicated light meter / triggering system, but it is definitely a powerful system that you must, you'll pretty much have to play around with it before you actually take it on a shoot. And that is pretty much it for now. There's a lot of things to talk about the Cybercommander. It's a very powerful and complicated, not too complicated, but it will take some reading and getting used to. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.